This week, there was a comment that came to the channel. I was going to talk about it on Wednesday, but let's talk about it now instead. The comment said something along the lines of, I got nothing. My roommate's got nothing. If this happens and this happens and this happens, I'll have even less. How am I supposed to help? How am I supposed to help mitigate the harm that other people are experiencing, the pain that other people are experiencing, the suffering that other people are experiencing? And we give. Okay, that short answer is we give. We give of ourselves. Now you might say, but I don't have anything to give. I would challenge you on that. Everybody has something. Everybody has something. We all have gifts and talents that are incredibly valuable. There is nobody here, there is nobody in this world who does not have a gift that isn't valuable when given. You might not have money. Fine. You might not have time. Fine. You might not be able to, to sing a chorus line. That's fine. You don't need to. But we all have gifts and talents, and we kind of talked about this last week, actually. So I was asked about this, but so the bottom line is, what we do is we look at the world around us. So we see people around us who are suffering. How are they suffering? Because it's as us to help mitigate it. We need to know how they're suffering. We need to know the details. You need to ask the questions. You need to hear the stories, and then you need to parse those stories apart to find out what's truly going on. And when we do that, what we'll come to is we'll come to an understanding. We'll come to a really, really good understanding of what the person needs. Once we know what the person needs, then we can look around for the gift. We can look around for the people who are in our sphere, who maybe they have the ability to provide for that need. Maybe several of them together have the ability to provide for that need. And again, and this is important, when it comes to mitigating the pain and the suffering, we need to do it in a way that we are still able to help tomorrow. We're not Jesus, right? Where Jesus died on the cross for the sins of the whole world, chances are the work we do isn't going to mitigate the suffering of every person in this world, which means tomorrow somebody else is going to be in need, and we need to be there for them too. So you ask, how can we help? You ask what the problem is. You ask, how are you suffering? You look around when you've come to that understanding of their need, and for what it's worth, sometimes they just need to tell somebody what they're going through. Don't ever discount that. Sometimes people just need to talk. But we find out what the need is, and we look around our community, and we ask, how can we meet this need? And how can we meet this need in such a way that tomorrow we can help some more? Tomorrow we can help someone else. Okay? Again, it's really important. All of us have something of value to share with this world. The idea that somehow, I don't have any money, so therefore I don't have anything. It's erroneous. That's a myth. That is a lie that's been taught to us from the time that we're in diapers, right? You can only help if you have X, Y, or Z. You can only help if you live within some kind of abundance. But it's not true. We all have an abundance of something. The trick is, do you understand how important you are? Do you understand how gifted you are? Do you understand how incredible you are? Because if you don't, then yeah, you're going to look around and say, well, I don't look like that guy, and that guy does that stuff, so I guess I'm not able to give. Or I don't have what they have, so I guess I'm not able to give. Or I don't have what she has, so I guess I'm not able to give. You find yourself in this place. If you don't understand how simply flippin' amazing you are, then all you're going to do is compare yourself to others, and you'll always come up, you'll always come up short. So I guess maybe one of the first steps is to look in the mirror and see how beautiful you are, and see how amazing you are, and see how gifted you are. Do an inventory, do a personal inventory of what you have, and not just, it's not just money, it's not just stuff. As a matter of fact, that's probably the least important. Those are the least important things. Ask yourself what you have, as far as how have you been gifted. You might say, well, I don't have any gifts. I like I said, I can't sing a tune, can't play the guitar or do any, I'm not musically inclined. I have no money. I'm got no food. I struggle from day to day. Da, 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 da. Maybe what you have is a little bit of time. Maybe you have knock-knock jokes. Maybe you have a good sense of humor. Maybe you have an ear and you're willing to listen. Maybe you have experience, similar experiences. Again, it's not about fixing someone's problem. It's about mitigating. It's about being there for them. It's about pastoral care, ultimately. Maybe it's just your experiences where you can relate. Because it'll tell you, there's nothing like sitting with somebody and you're telling them all, hey, I'm going through this and this, I'm going through that, and I'm going through that. And they look at you and they go, man, I've been there. You have? I'm not alone in this? That's how I look to mitigate. That's how I look to mitigate the suffering of the people I encounter. That's how I hope the people that help me. That's how I hope they mitigate my suffering and my pain. Can't take it away. I wish that'd be so awesome. But, just listen. Ask lots of questions. And do what you can. And then do what you can tomorrow. And do what you can the next day. Amen.